Hey, what are you doing in here? Well, I decided to take off the supercharger and just kind of clean it up a little bit. It had a lot of oil just everywhere, all in here, underneath the orange seal, all down in the runners. It was just covered in oil and kind of nasty. I also cleaned up the gaskets, which you can see it's not resting on the gaskets. I have it on this wood here. But these are actually riveted on. I'm sure you could drill it off, but it's an integral gasket, so I should be able to reuse that. And then, of course, the injector rails, they came off, fuel rails. Those are going to be getting new injectors. So for now, I'm going to keep them closed up until I'm ready to put the new injectors on. And I'm glad I took this off because it opened up a whole lot of room. Lots of nice room to get to the valve springs, to get to the headers, well, in this case, manifold. Just feels a lot more open without the supercharger in the way. So I'm just gonna leave that off until we're done. So I'm happy we took it off. If you're contemplating taking it off, don't, just do it. The hardest part's getting those 2 bolts back here on the back of the lid off. That's the hardest part. Once you get the lid off, everything else is a cakewalk. So, and that reminds me, I wanted to show you the intercooler while we're here. So I have not cleaned this yet. You can see the oil all over in here. So as you guys know, that can lead to detonation. This is the pressurized area of the supercharger. And that sensor looks pretty nasty too. But anyway, so one of the problems the intercooler has is some people have had this, lack of a better term, this tank area actually crush in. And when that happens, coolant doesn't flow as well. So it comes in and it's restricted in this area because this actually collapses. So there's several companies that will take the intercooler and they TIG weld a piece of aluminum on the back, and then they weld in the middle, which holds the center section from collapsing in. And it collapses because this is under boost. And even under stock boost, some of these have been known to cave in. I imagine it could happen on this side as well. And there's some companies that make the plate for this side, but I don't see anybody right yet that actually welds those on. But there is a company that welds this side on. They pressure test it to 25 PSI for leaks. And that's supposed to keep it from collapsing when this is pressurized. And of course, if you overdrive your supercharger, then you have even more pressure in there. And the cooling system on these is not like the cooling system of your radiator. It's not under any kind of pressure. So it's not under 15 pounds of pressure like your cooling system in your engine. So it's a lot easier for the 12 pounds or 15 pounds maybe at the most boost you're going to be running in here to just crush that like a can. So we're contemplating getting that done. It's $100, and with what a pain this lid is to take off, I don't want to have to do it again unless something fails. So I might just go ahead and get that done. Well, if I do, you guys will know about it. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Anybody need some used manifold with cats? Well, I'm beat. Been doing this all day, so as you can see, I got the manifolds out. The dipstick was a little bit challenging, but it comes out of the block, so I just took it out, pulled the manifolds, and just put it back. And hopefully the headers go on pretty well tomorrow. I pulled the rockers out, and that went pretty good. There was one that was under full compression that I got a little worried about because it started moving to the side, but it came out okay. So these are going to get the trunnion upgrade, the version 2 trunnion upgrade. And I'll show you a video when I go to do that. Anyway, got all these marked and numbered. I'm going to go on the exact same valve that they came from. And, well, that's it. Got a lot done today. So, hope you all have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.